Sucking on my own dick, yeah, you know I'm sucking on my own dick. Sucking on my dick, everybody's sucking their own dicks. Sucking on our own dicks, everybody's sucking their own dicks. Sucking on our dicks, yeah, you know I'm sucking on my penis. Sucking on
Christ, what a fucking loser I am.
Yep. All right. Let's
God.
let's
All
start
right,
recording.
Well, we are, yeah.
Now we're recording.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Should we go back and do the intro music?
No. I mean, you're just gonna put it over it, right?
I might. We'll see.
You're not gonna put the intro music at the
No,
beginning of the podcast.
I'm gonna put it at the
You
beginning.
have to put it at the beginning. Okay.
Mhm.
So, what were we talking about? Luckily, we didn't get that deep into it.
No.
You're on 2 pills now. You're on SSRIs and mood stabilizers because the SSRIs stopped
Mm-hmm.
working because the doctors think that you might have bipolar 2 because fuck, nobody can look inside your brain,
No.
right?
I mean, the thing is, I'm responsible for telling them what's wrong with me.
Right.
And I can't do that.
You're-
I need someone else. I need an adult to come in there with me.
You're an unreliable narrator.
It's true. 'Cause they're just like, what's wrong with your brain? And I'm like, well, it's all mush. And they're like, well, that is some bad news.
Yeah.
They write me a nice little script,
Uh-huh.
and I run to CVS. They say no, you can't come here. You have to go to the insurance company in the middle of the desert. That's also your doctor.
Is that where you had to go?
Yes,
How
every time.
in the middle of the desert? How far is that?
It's probably like 45 minutes north.
Where? In like what town?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Okay. You just
I remember it sounded like a Pokemon town.
I just black out and when I wake up I have pills in my hand. I have a fistful of pills and I'm laying in a field.
Yeah, a fistful of pills and soil.
Yeah.
I'm like, where did this come from?
Oh man.
And then I throw them all vaguely at my head, and whatever one's going in my mouth, that's a nice little treat for me.
That does sound nice, man.
Doesn't it? It sounds quite nice.
I would imagine that these are not going to be, this is not the end of, by 6 months from now, I think you'll be on a combination of 3 pills minimum.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Next time I go in, I'm going to say, all right, I know how this ends. Give me the other pills.
Give me the other pills. I'm ready for the
Let's,
real pills.
Let's stop this song and dance, and let's get down to brass tacks.
It's like in the Matrix, Morpheus like presents you with the red pill, the blue pill, and you just grab both and shove them in your mouth.
That would be you in the Matrix. Be like, I need more. He's like, it's been 3 seconds. They
He's
cannot
like,
have
I
kicked
can't
in.
possibly.
Excuse me, Morpheus. I took the pills, and I can tell it's not enough to cause brain damage. So I'm gonna need you to give me at least double that.
Yeah. He's like, he's like, what do they do? Like the blue pill? No, the red pill takes
Which
you
one
down
makes
the
you
rabbit hole.
trans?
No,
No, one of them makes you trans.
Isn't that pink pill? Isn't that like the Reddit thing, like pink pill, where like
Is that?
yeah.
I don't
think that either one of the pills in the movie makes you trans.
No, that's what I thought the plot of the movie was.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happened to the Wachowskis is they kept eating the red pills that were on set.
Yeah. Well, they were in the second one, right?
Nah.
No, they were the twins, the ghosts, and now they up and went trans, you know?
Sure.
So, we're going to have to powder them up for the sequel.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm trying to riff. What do you want here?
I'm trying to follow your train of thought. I'm trying to the Wachowskis doing the sequel. I'm like, I need more information before I can co-sign this riff. I was like, I don't know.
You're like, well, I love riffing, but I hate being wrong about film.
It's just this. No, it's just you're just leading me down this you're leading me down the primrose path here, where I'm like, all right, where's this one going?
Yeah.
So we'll have to powder them up,
Yeah, make them all nice and pale.
pale again,
Yeah,
because they were in.
because they were the twins, right?
No.
I know that.
Oh, okay, but I don't know that you know that.
I just think it's funny that they're both trans now and have dreadlocks.
Do they both have dreadlocks? I thought the one had dreadlocks.
I think they both do. It is really funny, and
It's funny.
I've seen this from more than one trans person.
Yeah.
Not to say that all trans people are the same. I would never. But they like to do cultural appropriation.
I was gonna
some of them.
say, yeah.
I guess maybe that's a drag thing. But one time I saw a trans woman at the Comedy Store just And a white trans woman, just full cholo.
Yeah, you can't.
Mm-hmm.
Or just it's like it's weird to transition, and then just like part of your transition is putting on an Indian headdress, and people are just like, I don't know if I.
Well,
should
in
be
my
the
heart,
one.
I've always been a woman. Everyone's like, "Yay!" Specifically, Aunt Jemima.
Yeah.
Christ.
That's it. Just like coming out to your bed at Christmas, just like, Mom, Dad, I have something to tell you. I'm a squaw. I've always been a squaw.
Mm-hmm. It's true. All my life I've longed to. That's why before men fuck me, I put a fish up my ass so that it's like how they did with the corn.
Yeah.
I put a dead fish up my ass so that when they come in my ass, there's more fertilizer
Yeah.
for the cum.
So you have an enormous baby. So you have like
Just fucking huge.
or 12 regular babies or one fucking giant Indian baby.
That's true.
Yeah.
Could be either one.
Indians figured some stuff out. They did not figure out pasta like Tom was insisting that they did.
What a strange. I've never even considered whether or not the Native Americans had pasta.
They don't have pasta. We
It is
would
a
have
funny
heard
thing to
more
be
about it.
adamant about.
It's common sense. The sky is blue and the Indians did not have pasta.
They certainly did not. I've always wanted to, and maybe this is because I'm afraid of real drugs. I've always wanted to go into like a Native American smoke lodge.
I mean, those are real drugs.
It is?
Oh,
I thought it was just smoke inhalation. I thought you just go into the.
in a smoke lodge? No,
We read like a book, like a children's book about it, where like it was like fire, and everyone would go in there, and you'd pray, and there'd be incantations. Not that can't be the right
Sure.
word.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Everyone would be doing spooky spells.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on that. Yeah, I thought you went in, you hallucinated or it probably is just you're sick.
I think they smoke peyote or they're burning something like my understanding.
Oh, maybe they left. You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, they can't have taught us correctly about Indians in public school in the 90s.
And I also don't think they would condone like drug use. Like they'd probably tell you about the smoke lodge, but like not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Also, they definitely didn't teach us correctly about Indians as we explored 40 some episodes ago.
Mm-hmm.
When we're like, did Indians have shoes? No. They couldn't have.
Nah, they made it out of the buffalo horn.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, all they had to do to beat the Indians was just scatter some tacks and marbles on the battlefield, and they were like, "Oh, ow, oh!" Just fucking retreating.
Yeah, that's how the white man won America. Is he just scattered Legos?
Yeah, just like, oh, running wolf fell, stepped on a bionicle arm.
Native American, it's like diet Chinese voice.
You know what? Yeah, I see
You're
it.
like,
I see it.
this is, it's not the same, but it's satisfying.
It's pretty fun.
It's crisp.
It's so fun because it's all like it's close to another. It's like it's just 2 degrees away from almost doing like a Midwestern accent. It's just like
Oh.
yeah, it's a little bit like that. It's just like grim Midwestern,
Mm-hmm.
which I guess makes sense when you think about it.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Gotta use-
Some people say, Brendan, you know very little about other cultures.
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't speak confidently about them. You shouldn't claim any sort of authority on them.
Uh-huh.
And, I just smile and I keep on my way.
I've always thought that, my cursory, like, just the fact that I know anything about, like, other cultures means that I do get to do the voice. Because I
that's right.
want to fully embody it. What are you doing? Are you getting ready to go shit your pants?
No.
Every time you look at your watch, I'm just like,
That was me realizing I forgot to set the timer.
oh, okay.
So we have no way of knowing how long we've been doing.
That's fine.
I bet it was like 10 minutes.
It's probably fine.
I'm sure it's fine.
I don't think we should worry about how long we've been. The conversation's going to go great, Brendan. This is going to be
No,
another
I'm not worried.
another banger.
This is going to be another banger?
Are these mood stabilizers fucking you up?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Why? Am I dragging?
No, no, you just keep. You're getting your little crick look.
The crick look.
Sometimes-
Explain.
Sometimes it looks like I need. Sometimes you get this look where I'm like, oh, I wish I could like open Task Manager and free up some RAM. Do you know what I mean? Tom and I talk about this. we talk,
Or I forget where I am and who's talking and what's going on.
you just get this look where it's like, oh, okay, there's some taxing process is going on behind his eyes. Like, there's somebody forgot to close a program.
I keep learning about new things that you and Tom have observed about me.
You're so observable. You're one of the most observable things in my life.
Well, I'm just going to have less traits.
Yeah. I'm amazed that for all the times you go to the doctor, they haven't tried to like, capture you and like just keep you behind a piece of glass.
Well, I keep waiting. I keep being more and more honest with them, expecting them to be like, we're going to keep you overnight.
Yeah. Maybe they won't do it to you.
Maybe.
It's weird because
Maybe if I start publishing some letters.
Yeah. Start publishing some letters, start tinkering downstairs.
I'm going to do it fucking Gutenberg style. I'm going to write dissident letters and just distribute them on the streets.
You should do that, dude. I mean, yeah, like, you're just like, I started a zine.
Not even a zine, just a pamphlet, like 1700s fucking
Yeah.
print. King George is gay.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, "Urgh."
Common Sense by Thomas Paine, all that
Yeah,
stuff. Yeah.
Man, I want to be a fucking dissident. That would be sick.
You'd be great at it.
Mm-hmm.
Because what do you believe in? Nothing at all.
I have beliefs, I think.
Uh-huh.
I believe in Jesus Christ, our Lord and
You
Savior.
have to do it. You have to do it. What else do we have?
I believe in free speech.
You do believe in free speech. More than anything in the world, you believe in free speech.
One might look at my actions and say he would give up anything for free speech.
Yes, he would.
But the thing
Yeah,
is, it's not
absolutely.
even like I get to find out what I'm giving up.
Yeah.
I'm giving up even the offer.
So what if you didn't understand free speech and you're like, yeah, I don't want to have to pay a subscription fee for speech. And then there's like, it's like, imagine if paper speech, like there were like slurs packages, like you pay $70 a year and you're like, all right, well, I get the N word, the W word, and the fuck. It's like, or do I want to go with like the Showtime package where I am allowed to say the C word and the F word?
Yeah, it's tough. Because it's like Hulu and Disney Plus,
Yeah.
where you're like, fuck, I want to watch The Mandalorian. I guess I have to pick.
Yeah. You have to pick between which racist stereotypes you want to be able to do.
Well, I need Indian.
Yeah.
That's final.
And if you do Black Voice without subscribing to the Black Voice service to the slur service, it's like pirating. Like
Yeah.
the FBI comes.
They
and,
find
like,
me $400,000.
you get made an example of.
I try to get the ACLU to represent me.
They're like, sorry,
They're
buddy.
like, sorry, we got to go. Look, the Klan's trying to throw a parade. We think that would be a better use of our time. Honestly, I bet that would be the ACLU's stance, is they'd be like, well, at least they're actually racist. What are you guys doing? So you want... So let me get this straight. Your whole thing, your motivation in life, in art, media, is to passionately say things you claim to not believe.
Yes.
Yes,
Absolutely.
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 100%.
It's funny.
It's very funny
Yeah.
to do.
I'm not gonna have convictions. That's not my job.
Yeah.
I do love that, like every comedian is like, it's not a comedian's job to have convictions on stage, off stage, when he's around his kids.
In family court.
Yeah. Yeah. You're
who's to say?
You're in family court. The judge is like, well, why won't you pay your wife, alimony and child support? You're like, Your Honor, I'm a comedian and I don't have to believe in anything. So please respect that.
Excuse me, I'm a clown.
Yeah.
How would a clown remember his son's birthday?
Mr. Oldershaw, I don't think you're taking this court proceeding seriously at all. It's like, yeah, that's my job. How gay would it be if I got up there and said something serious about my kids?
It'd be fucking gay, dude.
I'm not doing a fucking one-man show.
Yeah. I mean, what? I'm supposed to pay money to support boys? Sounds kind of gay to me.
dude.
What
Ew,
I'm
dude.
gonna,
Why
what
would you even-
I'm gonna buy clothes and shoes for little boys,
What am I
like a
fucking?
homo.
What am I, Jeffrey Epstein?
Yeah. When my many sons walk into the room demanding food and shelter, I say, "Nah, get out of here. What are we on a date?"
It's like, what? Am I just fucking my wife's pussy to make a little boy come out of it? What is it? What do you fucking take me
I don't
for?
know. Pretty suspicious.
Why would I bust up my wife's pussy with a little boy? That's
Yeah.
disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
What do I look like to you?
Yeah, I'm so straight that I do the opposite of China. I selectively abort the boys because
Yeah.
I can't stand for another man being in my wife's pussy. I'm not getting cucked.
Not at all, dude. That sucks.
Mm-hmm. And like, because here's the thing: it's not even like the baby just his dick is in the pussy. That I could deal with.
Yeah.
You know, I'm reasonable.
Don't-
But his whole body's gonna be a.
I've never done that. How come-
If I came home and another man's entire body
Body
was
was in
inside my wife,
Your wife's pussy?
I'd kill him.
She
I'd
won't e-
call the police.
It's like, you bitch, you won't even let me stick a toe in. And I've asked many times. I've asked about putting a big toe in your pussy just for the feel. Not a sexual thing. Just for the feel.
Just curious.
Just curious.
I just want to know what the texture feels like, the roughest part of my body on the softest part of yours.
And you let that piece of shit Braden, our son,
yeah.
shove his
You
whole
let him-
damn body in and out your pussy?
You let him swim around inside there shitting and pissing himself for
Yeah.
9 months.
That's how it works,
Yeah.
right?
Well, be with him. I'm out. You want to fuck our son? You want to slide our son in and out of you?
That's so funny. Oh, honey, I think that.
I,
Honey,
I love like fear of like galaxy brain cucking.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Oh, this is what
Yeah.
it goes back to. It's just going totally Freudian.
Yeah.
Just like,
it's
how dare you?
Honey, there's a lump. I need to get an ultrasound. Oh, I'm going to let a man look inside my wife's titties where I've never even seen it.
Bitch, you've never shown me your fucking skeleton. The fuck kind of man do you think I am? You're just going to the doctor showing them your damn ass skeleton? Get the fuck out.
Honey, I need to pay my taxes. Oh, what? So I'm going to give you my money so you can give it to Uncle Sam.
Uncle Sam?
The most powerful man I can imagine.
You're going to give it to Uncle Sam, who's 50 feet tall and always wearing a hat? I hate that.
God, I bet his dick shoots bottle rockets. Fuck!
Your gigolo is the most powerful and prominent man of American myth.
Mm-hmm.
What do you fuck him when you're not sucking off Paul Bunyan?
I've seen that textbook in the closet. I know you look at him.
Yeah. Yeah, the first time your wife saw the "I want you" poster like in school, she was like, "Is he talking to me?" Like, she leans over to me, she's like, I think this guy's flirting with me. She's like, your history book?
I'm chatting up my wife, and I turn and I see an Uncle Sam poster that just says, "Is this guy bothering you?" I tear it down.
You rip it in half. That's so funny. I want you. I've seen the way Uncle Sam talks to you on every single poster throughout my life before I knew you.
You're at church and your wife is taking communion. You're like, hold on. You think I'm going to let you put another man's body and blood in your mouth? I've never put my blood in any of your holes.
I used to have a joke where I was like, I don't want to take communion because they say that it's Christ's body. What if it's the damn dick? And I would go.
This is such another black comic band.
I go statistically.
Phyllis, what is the damn dick?
I go statistically. Somebody's getting the damn dick. There's only so much skin on Jesus.
Yeah, and we must have used most of... I'm sure that God didn't start with the dick.
Yeah.
I'm sure he started with, all right, everybody gets a thigh.
Dude, why are you're literally not kidding doing my joke. You completely. Why did I write all my best jokes when I was fucking 19 years old?
I don't know, because life's fucking cruel.
Life is cruel.
We're never gonna fucking make it.
It makes me like when I think about like just when I think about things that I used to think when I was younger. And granted, yes, I was a crazy person, and I do think that club drugs and LSD kind of calmed me down a little bit. It's also like I definitely just like shaved off 2 inches from the front of my brain. I'm like, oh yeah, it don't work so good no more.
Yeah, just cheese grating off gray matter.
Yeah, like you know, like one of those deli slicers. I put my brain in there, and I just got like, and that's good. I put the rest of the.
Did you ever go to like the Smithsonian as a kid, where like they're like, we cut a murderer's brain in little slices so you can look inside?
It's like, yeah, what's that gonna do?
That's what they did to you. They're like, shink. All right. Oh, is this a serial killer? Nah, he's pretty fucked up though. Look at him.
Yeah. He's a fucking loser. I mean, look, I'm glad that I inhibited whatever part of my brain made me such a huge asshole, which I was. And I know that you might be saying, Nick, how could that be true? And I say, you haven't even seen the brunt of it.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There are so many past versions of me that I'm just like, Jesus. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, we're always improving, folks.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm doing it without pills.
That's why we started this podcast, is because we want to slowly improve for 1 hour a week.
1 hour a week.
Every week.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of this, we sit down, we write down what we learned that
No.
episode.
Don't make me do that.
No, I mean, I know that you don't want to admit to the listeners that we do
We do it, but I do it.
But we
every
both
time.
sit down with, we open up our Trapper Keepers and we pull out our Lisa Frank notebook, and we write, what was the moral of today's episode? And you know what it always is?
What is it always?
It's always, do not be rude.
Do not be rude.
Always respect the president.
Always respect the president. And in Cape Fear and every other movie, Robert De Niro is the hero.
Is the hero.
He's doing the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
God, speaking of which, I saw you got to see The Irishman, dude.
I very much do.
I saw The Irishman last night with Tom.
Mhm.
Whoa.
I'm
My God.
I'm so stoked for that. I need to go see, but I'm so stoked for The Irishman that I want to like paint my face to see it. I want to treat it like the Super Bowl.
How? Like, what colors are you going to paint your face?
I don't know. I'm gonna have a big foam finger. I'm gonna be like, whoa!
Yeah, every time. It's
Girls on Twitter said this is bad.
let me tell you, that's the funniest thing to do because it's so not a woo movie. So if you're just in the theater, amped up like it's the Super Bowl, as like
Ba
Rob,
ba 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 ba. You talking to me? Ba 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 ba. Not even one of the gangster
not in the
ones.
movie at all.
No, I mean De Niro says all his catchphrases from the other movies, right?
You know what's funny? No, but there are a bunch of references to like all the movies.
Oh, really?
Like, visually, yeah. Like there's they recreate the Travis buying guns scene on the bed. It's really cool.
I've always wanted to buy guns off of a bed. Really seems like the way.
Yeah, just in a hotel room that you've rented for an hour.
Instead, I have to rent my guns like a loser,
Like a fucking
and I can't even leave the building with them unless I'm a very good shot.
dude. In a couple years, guns are gonna be like all streaming. You're not even gonna be able to own guns anymore.
I know. You're gonna be shooting it at police, and it's just the file's gonna corrupt. It's gonna disappear from your hand.
Fuck! I paid for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
You're shooting ones and zeros. 1 0 1 0.
Oh man.
You know, because the cops will all be AI.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we were, this is the fourth Matrix movie.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that I guarantee you that's what it's going to be all about.
Yep. Matrix 4.
Neo
Trans Matrix.
Neo no longer has access to guns because Netflix controls all the guns.
Yeah.
Trans Matrix.
I just think I'm predicting it now. The fourth one is going to have like a heavy trans subplot or something.
Uh-huh. In what way do you think?
I don't know.
Do you think Neo's going to
I think that they might make Neo trans. They
Okay.
might make Trinity non-binary.
Okay.
I don't know.
They were already kind of flirting with that stuff though. So yeah, you're right, mate. You're right. Maybe they'll probably just go
They'll
like
just go full tilt.
full tilt.
It'll probably be like Sense8, where there's just like There's like an X-rated sex scene in the middle of it.
Is there? I didn't see Sense8.
I didn't, but I've heard that there's like there's just like a weird psychic orgy scene that like just is like very jarring.
Is Sense8? What is Sense8? Is it 8 people in one body or some shit, or like what is it?
I think it's 8 people share a soul,
And it travels through.
and they're all gay. I think that's part of it.
They're all gay.
Maybe not all of them.
Statistically,
but like,
how could that be true? But I guess if you're sharing the soul, you're like I'm a little. You have the gayness in you.
yeah, it's like, well, I've already let another man into my soul. So.
Might as well. I mean, what's my asshole after that?
That is true.
Interesting. All right, I might have to jack off to the show a little bit, see how fucked up it gets.
Yeah, that makes sense.
See if there's an X-rated sex scene.
It's nice to. It's definitely nice to be medicated because it gives me the confidence to just kind of like lean back in my chair and be like, yeah, Matrix 4 is gonna be trans. Just live streaming.
Yeah.
It's just no consideration.
Oh boy.
This is how we should start doing it. Is you and I are talking, and occasionally you turn, you look at the camera, and you say, "Bet you're wondering how I got myself
Yeah.
into this." Then you do a nice little soliloquy. The house lights go down.
Yeah.
We get a nice spot on you.
Well, what I want to do, what I'm going to start doing is next time if you start saying things that are too crazy, I'm just going to be like, ladies and gentlemen, just so you know, I don't condone any of this. Don't cancel him. I'm his chaperone. If I wasn't here, God knows what he would be doing. So I'm doing a mental health service right now. I'm checking in on my friend.
It's true. Yeah, a lot of people don't know this, but this is the only way I would agree to the court-mandated social work.
Right.
That,
Is if you got the podcast.
we had to podcast it.
That's awesome.
Mhm.
And that
Yeah,
should
we've
be it.
actually. This is in jail.
Yeah.
hmm
That's why
You
the
know.
frame is so small.
The frame is so small because we're in jail, and it's lights out soon. So, we're gonna have to wrap it up, or
I would love.
I'm gonna get demerits. How does jail work? Do you get demerits?
I don't think you get demerited. I think you just stay in jail longer. I think yeah, it would be awesome if like every episode ended with like 2 burly guards beating us half to death. with,
That
like,
would be sick.
Stop podcasting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, this is actually our punishment. Nick and I, truthfully, the reason that we're in jail is because we used to be prison guards,
Mm-hmm.
and we were protecting a very high-level prisoner.
Mm-hmm.
And wouldn't you know it, we both slept on the job while all the cameras weren't running.
Right.
And he sadly, he hung himself.
He hung himself.
Mm-hmm.
He hung himself so hard that his head somehow jammed itself into his.
Yeah. He hung himself so hard that his head went into his torso.
Yeah. Yeah. Somehow the sheer velocity of him hanging himself,
Mm-hmm.
in a room that was only about what, like 6, like it wasn't much larger than him.
Well, a lot of people don't know this, but he here's what he hated adult pornography so much.
So much.
That they gave him a Playboy to try to be like, come on, buddy.
Come on, man.
Just meet us halfway.
if we
can get a photo of you horny for an adult woman,
Yeah.
it's gonna play well in court.
If you can just contribute this picture of Pamela Anderson, the most vanilla, the most nobody will
Most
argue with
down
it.
the middle of the
If
middle
you
of
can,
the road.
if you can just contribute this picture of Pamela Anderson on Baywatch, and we show that to a judge, we can get you out of this. All right?
Yeah.
This is Hillary Clinton talking to him.
yeah.
And he just fucking refused.
He was so furious at that he put the noose around his neck and he suplexed
He suplexed it.
Is that what it? He jumped up and he like ground pounded the magazine and it ripped his head clean
Ripped
off.
his head. Yeah, he broke his nose from just the sheer velocity of being pulled back by the noose somehow
Blood sprayed out Kill Bill style.
out of his neck. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
And you and I, we were leaning back in our rocking chairs with our long stocking caps. Nice herbal tea.
yeah.
White noise machine.
Mm-hmm. Because we do live in the hallway outside of
Yeah.
Jeffrey Epstein's cell.
Full REM sleep.
Yeah.
Deep dreams.
Deep dreams. The deepest of dreams.
Mhm.
And a lot of people.
I was dreaming about one day they're going to give me a truncheon. I'm going to earn a truncheon.
What's a truncheon?
Like the club?
Is that
like the
what
policeman's
the
club?
guards get?
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't know that's what I just call it Billy Club.
It's a damn truncheon, my friend.
What's the one that like whips out?
I think that's just a nightstick.
That's a nightstick.
Which, are you allowed to have those?
I feel like no.
I mean, they can't be like illegal to own, but could I have one on my belt at work?
At the bank?
We're not at work, but could I go into a store with it?
Yeah, I mean, you can go into a store with a fucking gun. As long as you don't use it.
You walk in, they go, promise.
Yeah.
You-
Actually, that's
you
just
zip the barrel like you're zipping your lips.
You're like, no, you walk in like you're armed to the teeth for something else that's going to happen later. But you have to like, you've got to stop by the candy store or whatever it is the fuck that you do. You're like loading up on various sodas. And so you just walk in with you go, I promise, like everything's not going to do anything. And they're like, all right, get your soda. As long as it's not happening here.
Guy walks in with like an AK-47 in each hand. And they're like, hey, did you come in with those? Because we sell them here. You better not have. You better not be shoplifting.
Yeah. Because I have the receipts for him.
Mm-hmm. Where? They're in my car.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be sick.
It will be sick.
Oh, I had something to say about Jeffrey Epstein and I forgot. It doesn't matter.
Was it that he's bad?
No, I think I was going to say, a lot of people kind of thought, all right, Jeffrey, he refused to jack off in that picture of Pamela Anderson. What a brat. I'd see a principled man. Can I tell you that I see a man who had convictions. Now, granted, they may not have been correct, but A for effort.
Look, the
Every
man
time.
believed in what he believed.
He believed in what he believed.
The man had a code. Everybody respects a code.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You delivered, you really sold that delivery just now.
One might say that based off the temple, he must have had some religion.
Yes.
I don't know what.
He definitely had a religion. I don't think it's one that anybody wants to, I don't think it's one that anybody likes.
You know what's funny about that temple that just occurred to me? Is like the explanation for it was like, oh, it's where he goes to play piano. So it's like, did he think he had to seduce the kids? Like he brought him in, he's like, why don't you have a drink? I'm just gonna, may I play something for you?
Yeah.
It's just, I wrote, I was thinking about you after our first date.
Yeah.
And you just you really inspired me, and I just felt so inspired, and I wrote you something.
Yeah.
And then he just plays beautiful music.
Yeah.
Just beautiful.
What are you, 6? So you probably you like Elton John? Just
Oh yeah, that'd be funny if he's just doing like dueling piano bar
Yeah.
shit.
it'd be hilarious if he just it would be really funny if Jeffrey Epstein was still almost just like a shitty, annoying boyfriend where he's playing the entirety of Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. And by the 8th song, he's just like, Jesus Christ, just fucking rape me already. Please. Just
Or he's
please bury my bones under this temple.
He's like, any requests? Wheels on the bus. I heard Chopin.
He's talking to his handler. He's like, can you just once, could you get me a cultured child? Just once.
Yeah, there's got to be I'm sure that on that island, it's got to be like Pokemon where you can dig and find secrets everywhere. It's just no matter
yeah.
where you dig, it's a very tiny femur.
Yes, absolutely. A lot of shattered pelvises.
A lot of shattered pelvises on that island.
It's a damn... who do we know who's getting that island? They have to, because
Someone told me, or I think I heard on a podcast, Tom Hanks, but that can't be right.
that can't be right. He wouldn't be this brazen about it.
Yeah, I don't think it's right.
I mean,
because
if it's right,
I think they were talking about it on Brain Jail, and then they looked it up and found absolutely nothing.
absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
If Tom Hanks buys that island, I will fucking walk into the ocean. I swear to God, dude.
You and I will. What ocean is it off of? Is it off the Atlantic?
How could I know that?
In the Caribbean?
No idea. Brendan, I just found out that Ohio was next to Pennsylvania. I was like looking
Okay,
at.
you and I. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna strap up. We full Navy SEAL gear. We're gonna walk into the sea. Nice crossfade transition. We walk out of the sea on Little St. James.
Like SEALs, like Navy SEAls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, somebody, because like, dude, whoever fucking like the island's going to somebody. They like governments don't allow there to be unowned land. Like land has to be owned. You know?
Well, there's not a lot of free islands about.
No, certainly not. And whoever lives there, it's like, all right, let's dig a little bit here.
Yeah, I guess what happened as the government seized it? I know they seized his New York estate, but have they seized?
But even if they seize
island?
it, do they? Is it theirs forever? Like, is it going to become like a fucking? Will it become like a weird like historic, like destination? Like what?
What if Jeffrey Epstein causes like the overturn of police seizing property?
That would be sick.
They're like, all right, it finally happened to not a black guy, so we got to do something about this.
Yeah, man, that's really fucking. I am gonna look into this when the podcast is over. I want to know who's getting that island, and I want to know what it's going for. Because that's also like it's got to be like selling a house where people died, right? It's like, can you scoop that island up for like $200,000?
Or maybe it's like it's like the Sharon Tate house where Trent Reznor's like, can I record in there?
Yeah.
This place has some cool vibes.
That's yeah, that's awesome actually.
Yeah, Trent Reznor's in the he's in the temple right now, just composing shitty music for Watchmen.
That's so funny. That will happen. You're right.
It absolutely will. I mean, I'm surprised that like Jake Paul hasn't made a video from it or something.
He hasn't like ventured to the island.
Yeah, or no, Logan Paul's the
Logan
one.
Paul. Yeah, I mean, he's already. That would be smart for Jake to do that.
Mm-hmm. Top Logan.
Yeah, to top Logan.
Yeah.
By vlogging in the sacrifice temple.
By vlogging from like 100 miles in the earth.
Yeah.
He just solved the mist clues. He's just in another realm.
I bet Epstein's Island does have fucking like mist gadgets on it.
It
where it's
must,
just,
right?
Yeah,
You
dude.
open a book and a man is just like giggling in there, all staticky.
Yeah.
Fuck.
You're like, I hate that.
You open it, it's just kids screaming.
Yeah.
Ah!
Just like ancient gears that are turning and fucking like the island splits perfectly. Like, oh, I guess the island was mechanical. I guess this is a fucking mechanical island.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you map all the constellations and you move the bells on the wall to the same formation, and then there's like a throne and just a dildo comes out of it. You're like, well, I thought there would be more than that.
No, that's the whole thing.
All right, well, back to
It's like
dry land.
It's like, Jeffrey, you didn't have to hide. This is your private island. You didn't have to like conceal the dildo. The dildo can just be on the chair. By the time people get here, they can guess there's probably going to be dildos on the chairs. Like if you leave.
What if Jeffrey Epstein, he was such a weirdo that like he's like, all right, here's what I'll do. I'll plant clues that I fuck underage girls so that no one knows I'm gay.
Yeah. Oh, interesting.
No one knows that I'm taking it up the ass on the island.
All
I'm
the
sucking
time.
dicks.
I'm just
All
saying,
they think is I'm an innocent, straight pedophile.
I'm just saying, by the time, even if I'm visiting, and I don't know what's up with you, but if I'm visiting, I probably do. By the time you take me past like the giant sundial into the grand golden temple, I'm not expecting the chairs to be normal. I'm expecting there to be some fucking phalluses on the chairs.
I'm trying to imagine like what kind of weird like symbols and shit would be on the island. Like, I'm imagining just like a pyramid, but instead of an eye on it, it's just like a boy's asshole.
You're like, oh, all right.
And you're like, oh, something is amiss.
You
here.
made it. That was already weird, and you made it a lot weirder. Yeah, you're like, all right, well, this is a conspiracy that like you're like, does the other pyramid know about this pyramid? Like,
Or what if we were investigating the island and it just gets up and swims away? It's a big turtle.
that would be sick.
Mm-hmm.
That also wouldn't surprise me.
It just swims into space.
Ah,
Well,
goodbye, old friend.
ding.
Yeah, like Team Rocket.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
of course. I realized today, I think I've watched in my life more hentai than regular anime.
How much hentai is that?
Not even that much.
Okay. Okay.
Just
all right.
like significantly more than regular anime.
You can jack off to hentai?
Yeah. I don't often. It's
Mhm.
one of those like once or twice a year, throw it in the rotation.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I could do that.
The plots are real weird.
Yeah, given. I mean, like, there's nothing. Because it's also hentai. So already I'm like, you're jacking off to like a cartoon lady, which to me is just funny. Every time I see what people are like attracted to on DeviantArt, I'm just like, this is so funny. I cannot imagine being able to jack off to a cartoon
To a cartoon?
to completion. But it's also blurred. Like
That's
the genitals
interesting
are
to
still
me because
blurred.
you get hungry for cartoon food.
That's completely different. It's completely food. It's amazing. Being hungry for cartoon food is like being hungry for like the pizza in the pizza commercial where it's like glued to the plate and they like they shave like fucking wax on it so it looks super good. But like I don't know. There's no the dimension of like hentai. It just like it doesn't. I can't put myself there. Maybe once
Well, you're a
upon
big
time.
frame rate guy, right?
I'm a big frame rate guy. Yeah, I don't like the animation quality. Also bugs me in hentai, where I'm just like, this is so choppy.
Get Miyazaki on this.
Yeah. No, I need seriously.
I need something high level. What is that? Oh, is that Flash?
So yeah, I couldn't, but you can.
I can.
Isn't it already? Is also blurred though. Like hentai is also blurred, just like Japanese porn.
That's true.
So what's getting you off about it?
That's funny to me because you know that they still draw it.
Yeah, yes, they do.
They absolutely are never like, well, it's just getting blurred out, so why would I take the time?
Japanese censorship is the funniest censorship because they do it so that you can still see. It's almost it's basically like when they censor like just the nipple on Twitter and it's like, well, I can see the breast. It's basically like looking at a breast. But in Japanese, especially like manga hentai, it's like the girl's pussy will be spread. You can like see the inner caverns of it, and there's just like a little black bar over the clit. Same thing with like you can see the whole dick, and there's just a little black bar over like where the head meets the shaft. So they're just like, who's to say what it is? There's nobody. You can't
It
prove.
could be a shoehorn.
Right. You can't prove that series of shapes attached to that man's body is a dick. It could be anything.
It could be anything. What I realized today that
What?
I thought was really funny is in like VR hentai games,
Mm-hmm.
they blur out what is from your perspective your dick.
Yes. Yeah.
That's so funny to me. Like I tweeted like that. I think real life should be like that. Like I don't want to see my dick.
No, it sucks.
I want to fuck and my dick is just completely
Just black bar.
just black bar.
You'd be so much more confident.
But I want it to be like I don't even want it to be blurred. I want it to be like a blind spot where I look at it and my brain just fills in a pattern.
Yeah. 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 It's like how like your image of like when you look in the mirror, it's not a true reflection because like your brain.
Yeah, it's like there's a dot here and a dot here, and when I look there, that dot disappears, and I'm like, whoa.
Holy shit. Yeah.
Maybe I just need to fuck like this so that my dick just looks like it's disappeared in space.
I think that when Japanese people get their hands on creating like sexscapes in VR, it's gonna get really dark really quick.
Well, I'm thinking about they announced the new Half-Life game is VR, which I gotta play that.
I could never do that.
No?
could-
Well, you have like a moral opposition to VR.
Well, I have a moral opposition to VR, but specifically Half-Life because there's so much body horror in Half-Life of like things with proboscises and teeth
Oh yeah.
that are jumping at your head to like
Oh yeah, getting head crabbed
In
VR,
VR
is gonna be rough.
seeing the beak like try to fucking that sucks, dude. I don't want to do that shit. Or even
I mean, I'm imagining the graphics from like years and years ago.
it'll be way worse.
It'll be way worse.
Yeah, dude, think about a barnacle grabbing you and sucking you up into its maw with the fucking teeth.
That sounds bad.
It's not good. And you'd probably start getting turned on.
No, I don't think so.
Who knows?
But when I played the original Half-Life 2, I would you get out your gun and you use the sniper rifle to zoom in on the girl's pussy. You never did that in a video game?
They rendered the pussy in Half-Life
No,
2?
they didn't render the pussy.
Okay.
But you zoom in on the ass and that general area, the tits.
Sure.
Why not? You never did anything weird like this in a video game?
Because there's nothing to see.
There was this James Bond game for GameCube,
Uh-huh.
where there was this part where there was like a cutscene where you walked in the bathroom and there was like a lady showering, and then it goes away and it's a hologram, and Q's like, I thought that would get your attention, 007. He gives you like a gadget or something.
Right.
But if you paused right before the cutscene triggered, you got out a sniper rifle, you could zoom in on just like a weirdly fully rendered nude woman with no pussy or nipples.
Oh, but just like, just big tits.
Yeah, just big tits.
And that probably is your favorite, isn't it?
What? No nipples, no pussy?
No nipples, no pussy.
No, I like nipples. And I like pussy, but I've said this before. When I learned that's what it was, I was like, well, there must be a mistake here. Something must have been lost in that can't be what they look. That must be a bad one.
Yeah.
I assume. She probably has like the worst one there is. And the others will, but then, you grow up and you're like, all right, I've come to respect this.
Yeah. I was.
And then eventually you enjoy it.
Yeah, it wasn't like whiskey for me, I'll be honest. It wasn't like I had to keep doing it to like, can I mix this with Diet Coke or something?
That'd be funny if you splashed a mixer on a woman's pussy.
Just for the taste, just so it goes down easier.
Sorry, I don't want to get too horny. I have
Yeah.
to drive.
I'm just like, it's disgusting. You wouldn't know. You never had it. Give me a little credit. That's not true. It's my favorite thing. I can't even talk about the thing that I want to talk about because I'll dox myself.
So dox yourself. Who gives a shit?
The thing that I shared in the chat, I can't. It's immoral to do.
I don't even remember what it was.
It doesn't matter. So we're gonna have a different conversation. But yeah. No, I don't understand not liking vaginas, like even by themselves.
No, I like them. It's just when I first saw one, I was a bit startled.
That's so interesting, man. When I first saw one, I was like,
Well,
yeah.
because I had a strange idea of what I assumed they looked like.
Right, because you're jacking off the hentai.
Yeah. Well, no, that wasn't until
What
much
did you
later.
think that they looked like?
I thought first
Like,
of all
what-
that they were exactly where the dick is.
No, they're lower.
They're much lower.
It wouldn't if they were where the dick was. It wouldn't make sense.
Well, I know that now. I thought that
Like what would be in the vagina unboxing for the first time? What would be a 10, all standards met in your mind? Like what would live up to the hype of
I
what
didn't.
you thought a pussy was?
Well, now as an adult man, I enjoy lips. At the time, I remember being like, "Oh, there's extra."
Right. So you wanted it to be all like tucked up, and you just wanted a nondescript hole.
That's what I expected. That's what I thought it would be.
That sounds awful.
Well, yeah. It's not like I got to. This isn't like what I don't have blueprints here where I'm like, Nick, I figured it out. This is what they should be.
Dude, I love nothing makes
It's
me
just how often did you see a pussy as a child or a picture of one?
a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't see one
By
for
the
so
by the
long.
time I was getting ready to by the time I was gearing up to have sex, when I was like really printing out a lot of porn, I was like, oh, nice.
But like pre 10 years old.
I wasn't thinking about vaginas pre 10 years old,
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
That and we've discussed this on the cast before, but I read that passage in Anne Frank where she describes her vagina, and I would try to draw it over and over again based
Right.
off that description,
Right.
like a police sketch artist. And I got it very wrong.
Definitely. Well, maybe not. Maybe Anne Frank and look,
No, because I drew Anne Frank a beautiful pussy.
right. Well, no,
Beautiful.
what I'm saying is, and Lord knows I'm not gonna. God bless Anne Frank and everything she went through, but that doesn't mean she can't have a trash pussy. She might have had a completely trash pussy.
Yeah. I mean, thank God she never fucked, because imagine if she had
Right.
and her diary got published, and then some other dude published his diary that was just like, yeah, but the pussy trash though.
Yeah.
You'd be like, well, I don't know which one we should teach in schools.
It's like, did you hear about Franz? He clapped back at Anne Frank. But yeah,
Man, not Nazis probably found her because they could smell the pussy.
Smell the fucking. Talking about ooh. Who is that?
Nazi coming in the. Who that queefing up there?
Tell him that. Who this bitch not washing her pussy? Oh, I guess it's all of you. I guess. That's how they got her into the showers. They're like, bitch, go wash your pussy right now. She's sorry.
Jesus Christ.
What do you want? We were 90% of the way there. Like, you don't get to pull back now.
No, I'm not pulling back.
You don't get to manically decide that we're filming every episode and then pull back when a bit gets too spicy.
I didn't pull back. I just reacted.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, I don't understand this thing of everybody. This thing where people want these Homer Simpson vaginas. I hate that. It's like, I love seeing the damn gore of the pussy.
And as a mature man, I agree with you.
Sure.
But as a child, I had the taste of a child.
You did. You wanted chicken nuggets.
Mm-hmm.
You had not yet graduated to
Fine
a
duck.
fine, yes, roasted duck,
Mm-hmm.
which is what good pussy should taste like. It should be gamey, like roasted duck.
Mm-hmm. Man, I went through this phase in Philly where I ate duck like all the time.
I'm sorry, what?
So I lived,
What?
Chinatown was easily accessible.
Sure.
So I would
They
go
got-
there and I would eat like a whole duck. It
Yeah.
was fucking sick. Duck is so greasy and
Yeah, dude.
delicious.
Yeah. You'd walk into China, you'd be like, get those ducks out of the window. I want to eat all of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
Duck
I
is
can't-
like
duck is such
it's
an-
like chicken and pork.
Right.
I like it a lot.
It's fucking it's a very unusual meal to have all the time.
have all the time. Well, you know me, I focus on one meal and I have that a lot. Right
Yeah.
now it's beef ribs.
How's that treating you?
Fine.
Dude.
I eat it about once a week.
BJ's made me sick. Like my
I
stomach
did not
was so
like,
upset.
why- we should have gone to that Italian place.
No, we should have gone to. I wasn't trying to spend fucking as much money as that Italian place was, but we should have gone to fucking Sizzler or Black Angus. That was right there.
Mm-hmm.
Black Angus probably would have been kind of nice.
Probably. But I mean, we always go to big chains, which is funny. I'll give you that.
Yeah. Well, it's look. It's nice. It's casual. I'm not trying to wine and dine my boys.
Yeah, but like it always winds up being the same cost anyway.
We should have gone to Gary Brick's ramp. Or Gary, the
ramp.
artist, the ramp formerly known as Gary Bricks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Gary Brick has died.
No, he. Okay, yeah.
I'm pretty sure. If he listens to the cast, he can write in and tell us different.
Whether or not he's dead,
But in my opinion, Gary Brick has died.
Gary Brick has died. Okay, well, who's to argue with you?
Who's to argue with
His
me,
legacy
really?
is surely dead.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I bet every day he drives by that ramp.
And he
says,
wishes that
I
and
shouldn't have sold my
I
ramp.
shouldn't have sold my fucking ramp. My restaurant under an overpass.
My restaurant under an overpass in which I lived. Now I'm homeless.
Fuck. God damn. Why did I sell Gary Brick's ramp for $250?
I love that place because I can't think of a single other building I've seen built under an overpass.
No, certainly not a restaurant.
Yeah.
Certainly not a restaurant.
Like, I'm sure that if we approach the city and we're like, we would like to build anything under a ramp.
Yeah, we'd like
And
to
they'd be like, well, no, you can't set up tents there.
Absolutely
And we'd be
not.
like, you misunderstand us. We want to build a bowling alley. One lane, nothing crazy.
Yeah,
And it's not open to the public.
not at all. Just for us.
Yeah.
And we want to fucking have lobster in there.
What I would like is to smoke meats with car exhaust.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Yes.
That's exactly what you want to do. Where you just
Yeah.
just a garage barbecue where you just you just let the fumes go and it dry ages the beef in a way that's really interesting.
It just gets you high. It's just gasoline.
No, yeah, you kill yourself the first time you try to feed people. You're like, yeah, I have to keep the garage door shut because I want the fumes to circulate because it's gonna. It's just like. It's basically the same principle as Texas pit barbecue.
In many ways, it's exactly the same.
Yeah. You've never had ethanol ribs before?
You know, I can't say that I have.
No, nobody has, because everybody who tries to make them dies. Everyone who tries to make them is found by the authorities.
What I like to do is I drive around, and I have a smoker in my car,
Smart.
so that at a red light I can eat one wing.
Yeah. Just dude, that, like, no exaggeration, that is the kind of shit they used to do on Pimp My Ride. It's just like, we replaced your airbag with a deep fryer, so now you can feed your daughter chicken nuggets while you're cross country trips.
You crash just boiling oil.
Yeah. We put the deep fryer right in front of your daughter's car seat so that she never has to go far for her favorite French fries, for her curly fries.
They should bring that show back, but the guy's still like, we put a PS2
Under your
in
car.
your 2020 Jaguar.
Jaguar. Yeah, dude, it literally, and apparently that shit, like, you still had to pay for that. Apparently the show was more of a scam than they made it seem. Like it wasn't all completely covered by the show. People were like getting bills for the insane modifications on their cars.
That's a pretty baller move.
Total baller move.
Man, we got to start a good scam.
I would love to start a $1 million scam backed by MTV where I just
We should teach a master class.
yeah, I would do that.
Yeah, just da 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 da. Welcome to our master class on being a retarded podcast man.
Yeah,
Being a fucking loser.
being a fucking moron. But
How's community college going? Not good? How about you go to your first open mic?
yeah, it's 50 hours. It's like a 50-hour video class on going to open mics. That would be incredible. We just completely, because masterclass is already a scam, but if we can somehow, like, we do the comedy, the Magoobies learn stand-up classes of masterclass.
Yeah.
We weasel our way in there.
Yeah, because I think like Judd Apatow and Steve Martin talk comedy, but for us it would just be like, look, if you want to get past at the Harrisburg Comedy Zone,
Yeah.
you're gonna have to be racist.
You have to.
I know that you like alt comedy, but you know what? You're gonna have to learn a couple boop jokes.
Yeah.
Look, it's what the people. I remember there's this comic. Do you remember? I shouldn't say his full name, but his name started with Charlie.
No.
Oh, he was this hilarious like proto MAGA guy.
Wait. Yes. I do.
Yeah, fat guy.
Yeah.
With a goatee.
Yes.
And I heard this story about him. They were doing like a fire hall show, like an Earl David Reed show or something. And he started bombing. So he just switched to street N-word jokes. We're just like, 2 N-words walk in.
Oh, fuck.
But he started crushing.
Yeah.
and afterwards, like a black comic was on the show. He's like, what the fuck was that? And he's like, hey, it's what the crowd wanted.
Dude.
Yeah. He like defended it as a comic. Like, look. He had like a Bill Hicks approach to it where he's like, look, I had to speak my truth.
He's a free market comedian. He's like, the market demanded it. He's like
but just straight jokes, like. But apparently it was like honed, like he had them memorized. He had them all.
I had this same story in Westminster. Like the same story happened to me in Westminster. Not the same guy, but it was at the Stables, the one of the worst places I ever did comedy. Again and again and again.
God, the Stables.
It was like an hour and a half drive to get out to Westminster, Maryland to do this fucking show.
Christ, those drives,
Dude, I did a show there.
Okay. You're driving 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
The show's in Virginia. There is no advertisement. You will not be paid. You get 5 minutes. And you're like, thank you so much.
Yeah. Oh, well, I did this thing.
You're like, you're pacing. You're nervous.
I was featuring for the Reverend Bob Levy from the fucking Howard Stern show at the Stables, which was, I was like losing my mind. I was like, it was like the first time like my uncle heard, he saw the flyer on Facebook and he was like, wow, things are happening for you, Nick, aren't they? And I was like, yeah, I guess so. We get out to the show.
Yeah, it's about to all work out.
It's all work out. There's 9 people there. Reverend Bob looks like he wants to kill himself and says so during his set. He's like hitting this on the way to like a weekend in Atlantic City. And And you know, we all eat shit. He doesn't even do that well. And afterwards, the booker of the show, like as I'm leaving to go, because it was paid, as I'm leaving to like get my check, he goes, "Hey Nick, just so you know, unfortunately, you and Bob didn't really pull a lot tonight, so I can only pay him and I can't pay you because it was money from the door. So I hope you're not too mad at me, but you know, maybe Bob will take you with him on the road one day," which will never
No,
fucking happen.
absolutely
Will
not.
never, especially not with the weird alt bullshit that I was trying to do at the stables in Westminster. So, and I was just
They're
like,
like, you folks want to hear about Stephen King?
yeah, quite literally. And I was just like so fucking. I was like pissed off. I was like counting on some of that money for gas. So like I like got home on fumes. And the booker hit me up again later to like do another show, and I was like, "Hey man, I'm not doing your rooms anymore, like because you didn't pay me for that show, and that's fucked up." And then he got really upset, and so over the course of 5 weeks, he mailed me $25 by check, just like
5 checks.
$5 checks, like over the course of like a month and a week. Just kept getting them in the mail. It was so funny. And what's hilarious is
Fucking sick.
I ran into this comic in New York, whose name I won't say, who like. Another guy who I looked up to when I was in Maryland, and now I realize like is a crazy person. And we were talking about that same booker, and I was like, man, that guy, like he ran such fucking shitty rooms, and he was such a crazy person. And then he goes, "Yeah, but you know what? I always respected him because even if he didn't have the money to pay me, he would mail me checks incrementally." he's like that.
That was just how he.
That was what he did. He's like that was a sign of true character, and I was like, oh, okay, so you're also a fucking lunatic.
Man, I remember like towards the end of like PA road type like comedy was when like Venmo and shit was out.
Yeah.
So there was no longer an excuse to be like, "Hey, you got the money?" And be like, "Yeah, I don't have the cash, so I'll get it to you." It's like, "Oh, can you Venmo me?" And they're like, "Yeah."
Sure.
Yeah, I'll do it as soon as you leave.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh no! But the thing I was gonna say is, so the other show that I did at the Stables in Westminster, the same thing happened. Where like there was a black comic on the show. I think he was a prop comic. I want to say he was Kevin something. I can't fucking remember. But he had been like on Def Jam in the '90s, and it was a comedy competition. He was headlining, and the guy who did well was just like a regular at the bar who just goes up and starts doing like the joke that he says is he's like, "Here's a science joke for y'all. What do you find in the center of a cell?" And they're like, "What?" And then he just says the N-word. The place erupts. They like you would have thought that it was Rudy fucking playing in the fourth quarter. Like they were so excited that their boy. Yeah.
I know that's not the right movie, but everyone's like,
It's like, dude, they were ready to like carry him out on each other. Like, finally, someone said something funny and true. Like. And he won the competition. Was the fucking
with straight
with a
joke.
street joke
With
where the
hate
punchline is
speech.
the N-word. and the
That guy probably got pussy.
yeah, and then like the headliner came on and he literally he's like, "What the fuck is wrong with you people?" He was like. And then like that guy tried to like participate and heckle, like he thought they were cool, right? Like he thought that he had like earned the guy's respect by
Yeah.
doing well. It was so fucking funny.
Wow. God.
That and that night it was actually packed. That was like before the Stables. It's funny that there were eras of the Stables, almost like CBGBs, but it was just like a 4-month period.
That
There
is
was,
how
like,
I look back on those times.
yeah.
So I'm like, oh man, the Harrisburg Comedy Zone. All the legends got their start there.
Yeah.
Brendan Crick,
Yeah.
Lemaire Lee, Shane Gillis,
Yeah.
Heath the Queef.
He's the queef, dude. It's like you saw television in 1977. You're like, oh yeah, man, Joe Cash now went on stage and he was he had one leg.
God, I miss Heath the Queef.
Yeah. I don't think I ever saw him.
You never saw him? You never saw the bread suit?
No, I didn't. You know, I saw pictures of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had a literal sandwich board where he had made 2 big pieces of bread out of cardboard, and he'd have one in front of him, one behind. He'd put it on like mid set, so he'd walk on stage and it was in like a garbage bag. He would just like throw it at the back wall, and everyone would be like, "What is that?"
the fuck is
whole set. And then he would put it on. He'd be like, I'm the inbred comic."
Jesus Christ,
He
man.
just had done so much crack and inhalants.
I remember.
My wife left me. I said, "Rye." You do so many bread puns, just retarded bread
That's
puns.
insane.
Some of them wouldn't even make sense. Like people would just be confused, like what he even said.
Yeah.
And then finally at the end he'd be like, "Whew, it's getting hot up here," and then he'd take it off and he'd go, "That's butter."
Dude, I wouldn't know.
People would, like, riot.
I would
Be
not
so
know
furious.
what the fuck to do with this guy.
Yeah, Heath the Queef is my favorite. Go on YouTube and search for Heath the Queef. I'm sure he still has like 2 videos
I'm
up.
gonna do that.
God, he's the best
dude,
comic.
There was this guy. So like, there was this comic. It was interesting to like run into comics and open mics that I would like hear about on local. Like, so when I was in like fucking 8th grade. Or 7th and 8th, I would listen to like HFS, which was the Baltimore alternative station, and the morning show on HFS was the Junkies in the Morning. Like that was the that was their cute
Baltimore.
name, the Junkies. Like the city legitimately has a heroin problem. Like people are dying on the streets every day. So fucking 3 white guys from Waldorf probably decided to call themselves the Junkies, and they would always have this comic call in, Brett the Irish comic, who was just some fat fuck from like, I would see him at like the High Tops in Towson a lot when I started doing it. But he was just some guy who just like pretended to be Irish. Like, he wasn't actually like from Ireland.
That sucks.
But he was like the go-to comic that they would call in the Junkies. He would like do events with the Junkies. So like all throughout my adolescence, I was like, oh, Brett the Irish comic, a celebrity. And then you start doing when I started doing open mics when I was like 18, 19, and like you actually run into this guy in the 2 rooms that he would do, and it's just like he always bombs. He's pathetic. Other comics call him a piece of shit to his face. And it's just like either things fell off or he was just he was painting a really good picture just like through this radio affiliation. Honestly, man, there's part of that that's probably got to be a pretty fun gig, like just being like a morning radio guy, getting to do like events, cheat on they all cheat on their wives.
Oh yeah. Man. Yeah, I miss those guys. Those I just miss the terrible weird comics. We had this one guy, his name was Hugh Jass. It wasn't, of course.
Sure.
But I don't think any of us ever knew his name.
No, why would
He was just part of the gang.
Yeah.
He was like 70 years old.
He doubled down, Brendan. He committed. Hugh Jass made his choice a long time ago.
And he would do like a Carlin type act where he'd sit on the chair and I'll be like, real wise, man.
Yeah.
With like fucking like hippie mannerisms.
Yeah.
And his daughter would be there with him because I guess he was in recovery and he couldn't like go to bars alone. So
Right.
his daughter had to come with. And she was kind of hot, so she just had to be hit on by loser open mic comedians all the time.
I love the crazy people who are like filtering a more tried and true. Like I would almost compare it to like the Hold Steady is Bruce Springsteen like filtered through like an indie rock band where like, the guy can't sing quite as well. It's not the band isn't as big. There's not but like the spirit is there. And that's Mystery Dan with George Carlin, where it's like, okay, this is George Carlin put through like this bizarro filter where like it's like you're cranking the fucking sausage grinder and what comes out on the other end is totally different. You're just like, but also definitely unique. It's fucking weird, man.
Yeah. Yeah, Mystery Dan, he feels kind of like if a Zappa song was a human being.
Oh man, Zappa songs suck. They're just retarded.
Man, I miss seeing Mystery Dan. so awful.
He's not. Oh no, Go died. Mystery Dan's still around.
I don't think Go actually died. I think that was a bit someone did, and we just reported it as fact.
Oh okay.
Mm-hmm. Rest in peace, Go.
Rest in peace, Go. For as all we know, Go is dead.
That's true.
Yeah, man, I always fucking, to go back really quick, just to shit on Frank Zappa, because anytime somebody brings, I hate that fucking guy so much.
Oh, you don't like Zappa?
No, dude, he's like, because
You
again,
ever listen to Hot Rats?
yes, it's awful.
Hot Rats is sick.
Dude, he's making fucking, they're basically like, it's like Primus and Weird Al, but like worse.
Mm-hmm.
It's really bad. And he's also like
like it.
he's one of these guys where he's like a he's Republican in the gayest way, because he's also like, he's not as smart as he thinks he is, and he's
Oh,
always,
no, he's a complete retard.
he's always doing a bit. He's like, I named my kid Dweezil. How fucked up am I? Look at how committed I am to my character. It's like, all right, man, come on. Don't do that to your fucking kid. I named this one.
I think it's funny
Moon
that he
Unit.
thought he could not believe in cancer and not die.
Yeah, complete fucking moron. Was he a Christian Scientist?
No, I don't think so. I think they interviewed him and they're like, so you have lung cancer? And he's like, yes. And they're like, and you're still smoking cigarettes? And he's like, well, the thing is, cigarettes don't cause cancer.
Oh, he was one of these guys. He's like a deep libertarian. Like,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Mm-hmm. And that's what, what I'm going to be
Yeah.
when I.
I also hate that he like never did drugs. He was like,
Oh, really?
Never. I'm pretty sure he was like, I'm pretty sure that if he like he
Did
would,
Beefheart do drugs? I feel like.
I think Beefheart was like the cool version of Zappa.
Mm-hmm.
I think Beefheart did drugs, but I think Zappa even had the thing where like if he found out people in his band were doing drugs, he would like kick them out. Just like, you fucking loser.
I think I like Zappa more after this conversation.
Zappa's so gay. What kind of name is Frank Zappa? What is he like? He's like an Armenian guy, right?
I don't know. Is that his real name?
No, but I think he is like an Armenian guy.
Probably. Well,
Not that means anything.
yeah. Well, I don't know.
You know. All I wanted to do was shit on Zappa.
Well, that's been an hour. I don't
That's
know if you have anything else you want to talk
no,
about.
that's exactly how I wanted to end it. He's a
Frank
loser.
Zappa, Frank Zappa's a foreigner.
He's a fucking loser.
We need to. Fuck. What's the word? When you get sent back to your country,
deport him.
we need to deport
We need
his
to
bones.
Deport his bones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude. That guy. Just like, what do you think? It's cool you're being fucking weird. This sucks.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool.
Play the guitar like the Beatles.
Oh, the song has a funny commercial in it.
That really sucks. That shit, dude. The first time I heard that record, because all my it's always stoner kids in high school who are like, "You've never heard of Frank Zappa? Well, get ready to enter a new chapter of your life." And then they put on that, then like the fucking fake commercials come on, and I'm like, "This sucks, dude. This is so gay." Put on a cool band like the Bad Brains or something that I can punch things to.
We love punching holes rhythmically to the music
Absolutely.
in the wall.
Yeah.
It's our favorite thing.
All right.
Well, Nick, we did it again.
Am I shaking your hand? That sucks.
All right, hold on. Now let's
Bye.
fuck again.
Is there a way to keep that alive?
Knock,
Probably
knock,
not.
open
Probably
up,
not.
it's me, the crazy, shady, faded fucker, so rock the G. See you lady, make a baby, lead her on in peace. Only time I give a fuck is for my own release. That's why I own these streets. Straight up, portfolio showing growth, fuck a pay cut. Yeah, you know I stay slut. Catch me in the spot, looping up for the self-suck. Oh fuck, I bust